What's up, everyone? How's it going? Ryan the Vintage Viking. Welcome back. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate all you guys. First book haul of the year here, so let's get into it. All right, so I've been picking up books for a little while now. I don't think I've done a book haul for probably about a month or so, or maybe a little bit more. So I was picking up a little bit before Christmas. I also got some stuff for Christmas, and then a few things since then. In January, I had to make a trip to LA, so I got to stop at a couple places, grab some stuff. First up, I grabbed a hardcover of Richard Castle's Heat Wave. I'm trying to get all of these in hardcover. I'd like to read them. I really enjoy reading movie novelizations and TV adaptations, and my son also likes these as well, and he wants to read them at some point. And so it's kind of a fun thing for us to get together and collect. And so I never remember which ones I have, though, so I kind of just grab them whenever I see them. This one is Heat Wave, and if you've ever watched the show Castle, you know, he's an author on the show, and he writes these books called, Heat Wave or Frozen Heat, or, things like that. And so the books in the show have actually been made into books. So I really wish I could find these narrated by Nathan Fillion. That would be freaking cool. But one day I'd like to get them signed by Nathan Fillion as well. I think that'd be good. It'd be fun. So I went ahead and picked that one up. I was also at another thrift store, and I went ahead and grabbed this Beloved Works of C.S. Lewis. It is 4 different books by C.S. Lewis. C.S. Lewis, probably most famously known for doing the Narnia series, but he has written a lot of stuff. And so I have several C.S. Lewis books. I don't have this one, and I think I remember looking it up, and it had a little bit of value to it, so when I grabbed it, it was only $2, so went ahead and grabbed that. All right, I'm really a sucker. I don't know why, I just am. And I went ahead and I got the last, or the newest Murderbot Series 1. I think I'm on the last one. I mean, I'm either at this one or there's one before. I don't know. Basically, one of them so far I've kind of enjoyed. The rest have been not even close to the hype that they were hyped up on BookTube. Do you guys realize that there's a lot of stuff on BookTube that gets super hyped up that just isn't that good? That happens all the time, and I'm such a sucker. I'll be like, oh man, that sounds great. And I'll be like, order. And then I'll get it and I'll read it and I'll be like, that was lame. Well, the Murderbot series was kind of lame for me. However, it does have a little bit of entertainment value to it, and I'm so far into it that I want to finish it now. So I went ahead and picked this up. I think I got it, I forget where I got it at, some bookstore or something, maybe Half Price Books. I can't remember where I got it from, but I went ahead and picked that one up. I also grabbed this one, and I don't remember where I got this one either. It's Maeve Fly by C.J. Lead. I don't know anything about it. I remember seeing the cover, and I think it's some sort of horror book. Cover's awesome. That's a really cool cover. And so I went ahead and grabbed this one for me to read. So this one's going into my list of things to read this year. Which, by the way, I'm going to do an updated video of all the books I intend to read for the year, or at least the majority of them, so you guys can see what I plan to be reading throughout the year. And then just give me some insight too if you think some books are not good, I should add something else, things like that. So I went ahead and grabbed these guys, Blake Crouch's Pines and Wayward. They're part of the, I think it's called Wayward Pines series. So I've never been able to find these anywhere, so I went ahead and ordered them because I already had this one that I found at a thrift store and signed. So this one I got for $4. Pretty good deal for a signed copy. So I've had this one and I've wanted to read it, but I believe it's the 3rd one in it, so I had to pick these up so I can get it. I've heard a lot about them, that they're pretty good, so I'm just looking forward to reading them. These are going to be added to my list for the year. I also got Blackmouth finally. I've heard this one talked about so many times on YouTube, BookTube, whatever, all over. I've heard people say this is the best of what they've read from Malfi. And so I went ahead and grabbed this one. I'll probably read this one really quick here, really shortly. because I've enjoyed Melfi so far, and this one's supposedly the best one. So I'm going to add this to my list as well. I also picked this one up at the thrift store. It is Station 11. I've heard some things about this. Can't remember if it's good or bad that I've heard, but I went ahead and grabbed it, and maybe you guys can let me know if this is worth reading or not worth reading, or what. I know it's fairly new, so I also grabbed this one just because I liked the movie back in the day. I'm pretty sure this is the one based. This is what the movie was based off of. It was $1, so I thought, hey, you know what? I'll throw it in there, and I'm gonna go ahead and read it. Wait, what's the dude's name? Oh, Sebastian Unger. Somebody's name was in there, so I thought for a second it was signed. Okay, let me just double check that now. Doesn't look like it. So I don't know. Anybody read this one? Let me know. I also got this latest from Patrick Rothfuss. I believe this is a side character story from that whole series that can't remember the name of the series now. Name of the Wind, right? Something like that. I grabbed this one because it was a signed copy. And from what I heard, he's not signing very much anymore. So I do already have In the Name of the Wind signed by Rothfuss. Here's another one. I haven't read any of them yet. Mostly because everybody said he's not going to finish the series, and they're all pissed about it. So I was like, well, why should I read it then if it's not concluded? But this is like the first thing he's come out with in a long time. And I've heard that the series is really, really, really good. But I believe it's fantasy, and I'm not much of a fantasy guy, so I probably won't enjoy it as much as everybody else does. But I figured it was worth a grab since it was a signed copy and might hold some value to it. I don't know. I didn't really check. I just kind of picked it up. I also got this one, Hide, by Kirsten White. It says, marvelously creepy thrill ride of a book that keeps twisting until the very end. High-stakes hide-and-seek competition turns deadly in this enthralling high-energy thriller grounded in supernatural horror. So, seems kind of interesting. Looks YA-ish to me as well. But I have seen this cover floating around here and there, and I thought it might be worth picking up. Now, I grabbed the latest Scalzi starter villain. And this one, I think it got nominated for Hugo or Nebula or something, or one of those it got nominated for. I love Scalzi. Scalzi is probably one of my favorite newer authors, and I don't really even know what this one's about, but it's probably fun. If it's in the same style that he writes in usually, it's going to be enjoyable, and so I went ahead and picked it up. Give it a shot. Now, one of my least favorite books of the year was written by Cassandra Khaw, so I'm not it's not too promising for me that she's going to write something that I'm going to enjoy. But I did see this one, and I thought it was cool looking and thought it might be worth the time to read. It is The Dead Take the Train. And I happened to grab an uncorrected advanced reading copy that's not for sale. I don't know how I find these things. I've found several. I've just sold a Sarah J. Maas one over the Christmas break time, an advanced reading copy of her very first, what is it, The Crown of something. I can't remember right now. And it went for a lot of money. It was about, I made about $1,500 off that book, which is nuts. But this looked kind of interesting, and maybe I'll give Cassandra Khaw another chance. I went ahead and grabbed another one of these Richard Castle ones. This one was $2. It's a hardcover, and this one is Naked Heat. So same deal with this one. The other one was Heat Wave, and this one's Naked Heat. Now, if you remember a while ago, I did a short. If you guys watch those at all. By the way, I've been doing those to like show my favorite movies, favorite TV series, things that aren't necessarily about books, but I can kind of throw it out there because it's fun, and you guys can see other parts of, you know, stuff that I enjoy. If you care, if not, cool, don't watch them. But I had done a little short that somebody had recommended reading this one, and I watched the short and I kind of did a little green screen thing on it, and I was like, I'm buying that. And I ordered it literally right then. And it's called The Dangers of Smoking in Bed. I don't really know anything about it other than it is a 2021 prize winner of the International Booker Prize, whatever that is. And the cover's pretty awesome. So looked cool to me, and maybe I should read the back. Welcome to Buenos Aires, a place of nightmares and twisted imaginings, where missing children come back from the dead and unearthed bones carry terrible curses. Thrumming with murderous intentions, family betrayals, and morbid desires, these stories shine a light on a violent city gripped by urban madness, giving voice to the lost, the oppressed, and the forgotten. Lucid and darkly poetic, unsettling and otherworldly, these tales of revenge, witchcraft, and fetishes are a masterpiece of contemporary Gothic and bewitching exploration of the dark inclinations that threaten to lead us over the edge. Sounds like just a collection of different stories having to do with Buenos Aires, I guess. And looks like there's about roughly 10 or so stories in there. And check it out. I'll let you guys know what I think. I also picked up this one, Blake Pierce, Cause to Kill. Don't really know anything about this. This looks like maybe an independently published book. It is book number 1, it says, Avery Black Mystery. So it was $1, so I went ahead and grabbed it and thought I'd look it up later, see if I wanted to read it, or maybe somebody else would want it on Whatnot or something. Finally got myself my first hardcover copy of Carrie by Stephen King. I've been trying to get hardcovers, nice hardcovers of every one of Stephen King's books, so I'm slowly doing it. Mostly I'm looking for them at thrift stores and things like that, maybe used bookstores. Generally, used bookstores kind of have all the same hardcovers. I've never come across a Carrie hardcover ever, so I went ahead and ordered this one. All right, I also picked up this one, Gauntlet 2. Edited by Barry Hoffman. It is in a slip sleeve here. This has a ton of authors in it. Look at these signatures. Especially look at that one right there. Do you see that one right there? That's Stephen King, baby. It's my first Stephen King signed book. I'm pretty excited. This was a Christmas present for me. It has Kevin J. Anderson signed as well, Richard Chismar, Ronald Kelly, and Rex Miller, Thomas Monteleone, Graham Masterson, Bentley Little. There's a whole nother page of signed ones too. So Rick Atala, Gary Bradner, Piers Anthony actually in there, William Nolan, John Skipp, Craig Spector. So there's tons. This is a signed limited edition, 353 out of 500. So very exciting. This was, a gift for me for Christmas, and this one is my prized possession right now because I've been wanting a Stephen King signed book forever, and super happy to get one. I'd love to find one in the wild still someday, but I'm happy with that. I also picked up This Wretched Valley. Now, I heard about this one because I watched a couple of videos of people anticipating books that are coming out in 2024. And I believe this one either came out like today or like sometime this week. It's supposed to be out, I think. So this one, when I got it, it was in December and it wasn't available yet. I haven't read it. I was planning on it, didn't get to it. So I'm going to start reading this one pretty soon. Advanced reading copy, uncorrected proof of this one. So I went ahead and picked it up because I was like, wow, that's not even out yet. So I'm gonna read it, and it sounded cool. So look at this skull picture on there. It's pretty dope. Person climbing on it. I'll read it for you guys if you don't know anything about it. As my Stephen King book falls and breaks everything. I'll read it for you guys real quick. 4 ambitious climbers hike into the Kentucky wilderness. 7 months later, 3 mangled bodies are discovered. Were their deaths simple accidents or the result of something more sinister? The trip is going to be Dylan's big break. Her friend Clay has discovered an untouched cliff face in the Kentucky wilderness, and she is going to be the first person to climb it. Together with Clay, his research assistant Sylvia, and Dylan's boyfriend Luke, Dylan is going to document her achievement on Instagram and finally cement her place as the next rising star in rock climbing. 7 months later, 3 bodies are discovered in the trees just off the highway. All are in various stages of decay. One, a stark white skeleton. The second, emptied of its organs. And the third, a mutilated corpse with the tongue, eyes, ears, and fingers removed. But Dylan is still missing, and no trace of her, dead or alive, has been discovered. Were the climbers murdered? Did they succumb to cannibalism? Or are their impossible bodies or are their impossible bodies the work of even more sinister force? This page-turning debut is perfect for fans of Amakatsu and Showtime's Yellow Jackets. I haven't seen that. And will have you racing toward the inevitable conclusion. Jenny Kiefer, the author, is a Kentucky native and an avid rock climber. So together with her mother, she's the owner and manager of Butcher Cabin Books, an all-star horror bookstore in Louisville, Kentucky, and this is her debut novel. So it actually sounds pretty good. So I'm looking forward to that one. And I will probably put a review up just since it's not out yet, so you guys can actually see it before and get a good little, insight into whether it's worth reading or not. So I actually picked up this whole series also by W. Michael Gear. I don't remember the name of it. I think it's Donovan series. It's like the Donovan book 1, book 2, book 3. And I believe Outpost is the first one. These are supposed to be kind of a mix of horror and sci-fi, from what I heard. It's hard for me to tell sometimes when I watch science fiction readers who only read science fiction, and then they put out their videos like the top 10 sci-fi / horror books of all time. Usually the horror part isn't very much on the horror side. So a lot of those ones, when it's coming from someone who pretty much only reads sci-fi, I can almost guarantee that when they say something's really sci-fi and horror, it's not going to be a lot of horror. So I'm guessing these are going to be mostly sci-fi with some light blend of horror in it. But either way, still should be fun. I don't really know much about them. I just went ahead and grabbed them. And so I was convinced enough to buy them. Also, I picked up Fountain Society. Can you see that? I can't tell if you can see all of it. By Wes Craven. I think this is his first shot at a novel. I don't know what it's about. Might be good. I don't know, but I picked it up for this reason. It's signed by Wes Craven. That's pretty cool. I'm a sucker for signed books right now, I'm telling you. So I didn't even know that he had written a book at any point, but I figured, hey, it's signed. It's probably worth it to grab it. And so I did. If you guys watched the ranking video that I did for all the books I read in 2023, you're going to see some of these books near the top. If you haven't, you can check it out. This is books 5 through 11 of that Reality Bleed series that I talked about. This is definitely sci-fi and horror. And here's book 5, book 6, book 7, book 8, book 9, book 10, and 11. Now they're broke up into seasons. I don't know why, but books 1 through 4 are called season 1. Books 5 through 8 are called season 2, and then 9 through 12 are season 3. 12 was supposed to come out in November, and I've been looking for it, and it's not available yet. I don't know why. So maybe some sort of publication thing where they just aren't unable to release it yet. I don't know, but I loved books 1 through 4. They were so good. I read them in order. Boom, 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 boom. I couldn't put them down. They are a good blend of sci-fi and horror. And if you like things like maybe Doom, like the video game, or probably more the movie, has more of a story, I guess. Things like that type, where spaceship, horrific monsters kind of thing, battling it out, things like that. You're probably going to love these. If you like sci-fi horror, it's a good blend. And so I really, really, really enjoyed them. And I picked up the rest of the series so that I can continue on, and I'm hoping to find number 12 soon. I forgot one more thing. Something else that I got for Christmas time. Check this out. This is my other prized possession, baby. Some of you are going to care. Some of you are going to go, that's stupid. Whatever. Captain Malcolm Reynolds, Funko Pop, signed by the man, Nathan Fillion. I was so excited for this. This is so freaking cool. I love this. So I'll have another book haul out for you guys shortly. Appreciate you being here. Catch you on the next one. We got some of these mega sour thingies. We're going to try them. Here it is.
It's
mega sour.
It's not like it makes my nose tingly.
All right, let's try it. Ready?
3,
2,
1.
go.
I like them.
It's not that terrible. No.
It's not as bad as it's not. I think it's.
Did it get sweet?
No.
It's still sour?
It's got a horrible taste. Well, I'm getting to the blue raspberry a little now.
Is your eyes watering?
No. It's kind of gross. It's really not that good.
It's kind of like the sourness of like 4 warheads in your mouth at once.
Yeah, with like no flavor. And now that it's gone, I'm to the blue raspberry flavor.
I wonder if there's layers of blue raspberry sour,
Maybe.
blue raspberry sour.
Okay.
When you get to the blue raspberry, they're okay.
It's just normal now. All right.
Can I keep these?
Sure. Product review over.